Welcome on in, everybody, to a very special interview here on The Big Factor. We're bringing in our guy, Cleveland's own Larry Nance Jr. Larry, thank you so much for joining us on the program. How's the offseason been for you, man? And welcome back home.
No, of course, guys. I appreciate you having me on. The offseason been good. Obviously, it's nice. It's nice not to have to, travel too far to get where I play. So I'm happy to be back home. And again, it's the team looks a little different than when I left it. So I'm excited.
Yeah, you have to be. But before we get into basketball too much, Larry, one of the reasons we got you on today is Athletes versus Crohn's, your foundation. I also have Crohn's disease. I remember being a kid playing 2K in the hospital. That sounded. I was getting medicine. Nothing too bad was going on there. My bad. But getting my medicine, I would load up 2K that you guys donated. Can you talk a bit about Athletes versus Crohn's and just what that means to you and kind of like how you got it started?
Yeah, man. So about 16, 17 years ago, I got diagnosed with Crohn's disease while I was in high school. It had done everything from I stunted my growth. I wasn't gaining weight, had no energy to play sports, was about to quit basketball, had really just depleted me, as you know. When I fortunately enough, I got diagnosed and happened to live close enough to the Cleveland Clinic to where it didn't matter that much. It was great to be close to the clinic where, I got good treatment for it. And, I did the same thing actually when I was playing. When I got diagnosed, I went and Googled like, hey, are there any athletes that this is what I want to do? Is it still possible with this disease? And the name David Garrard came up, who was the quarterback for the Jaguars, and from that point on, he became my North Star. That dude motivated me more than he'll ever know. And I'd always said to myself, look, if I ever get a chance to play professionally or be an athlete or be someone of stature, I'd like to be that for the next kid or, whoever else is looking for somebody to lean on or a bit of inspiration. So we started ABC, Athletes vs. Crohn's, my second year in the NBA with a kid that had just sent me a direct message about being an inspiration to him. And him, my family and his family got together and just kind of started trying to make some of the change we wanted to see in our community, and that being the Crohn's community, IBD community. It's led to over 7 figures raised, just about 40 scholarships given out to kids in Cleveland, kids in New York, all that suffer with Crohn's and IBD. We're doing some good work and we're going strong. I appreciate you asking.
So it's so crazy to me because I play pickup for 5 minutes and I'm out for a week. That's where I'm at with Crohn's right now. Can you talk a bit about what Crohn's disease actually is for fans who might not know? And because I think once people hear what you're going through at these points throughout a grueling NBA season, it's ridiculous, man.
So Crohn's is an autoimmune disorder where basically the inflammation in your entire GI tract is out of whack for layman's terms, I would say. A lot of foods we can't eat, nuts, seeds, raw vegetables for me, spicy food, any real fast food. It's got to be as clean as a diet as it gets, especially for an athlete. But, Crohn's is one that affects the entire, like I said, the entire GI tract. So when you eat your food to where it comes out at, you can be inflamed, irritated, cause a lot of problems that aren't pretty to talk about. But it is daunting, especially as an athlete myself. It requires a super clean diet. It requires constant paying constant attention to. And the UPS guy just delivered my that infusion that you went in for, Remicade.
I get Remicade.
Yeah, delivered at my house. So
they do. So do they like hook you up at home?
Yep. Yeah, I'll have a nurse come to my house and administer it there. It's sit 2.5, 3 hours, and I'll
That's
be good
nuts.
Paycheck.
Yeah.
I'm off. I'm on Humira now, so I get it's like an EpiPen in the leg every 2 weeks, kinda.
Oh, that's not. that is one thing that I have considered when I'm done is, obviously the adverse effects and whatnot of these long-term drugs, but switching over to Premier whenever I'm done playing is something that I've heavily considered.
Yeah, no, I would recommend it. I think it's the way to go if you end up needing something, but no, dude, it's ridiculous. So, I mean, so much just credit to you in the first place there's days where I sleep for 10 hours, wake up, and I'm gassed. So it's ridiculous that you're doing that, dude.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Larry, it's great to have you back in Cleveland. One of my favorite players back in one of your first stints with the Cavs, man. You've changed. A lot has changed about the team, and you've also changed a little bit in your game, since the last time you've been here. What are some things you're looking to bring to our big man rotation this year? You've been an improved shooter since you were last year. You've just all around been working, more of a Grizzly vet now and more than instead of a young guy when you were first here before. So what are you looking to bring to the team?
Yeah, honestly, some of the biggest things I'm going to be looking to bring, obviously, shooting has been something that I've, really been working on over the past few years, and the percentages look great. So I'm going to keep letting that fly. And I know Kenny and his staff are excited about kind of exploring having a big that can, take some of the spacing issues away from, Darius and Donovan. Like if you've got to switch, if I set a screen and you got to switch your guard onto me, it's not a snowball's chance in hell you staying in front of that big is staying in front of DG and Don. So present some different matchup issues and as well as defensive versatility. Obviously Evan is defensive player of the year. Jarrett's incredible as well, but I think I can help add to the defensive front court as well. I just think it fits like a glove, really. I know a lot of these guys, and it'll be a pretty easy social fit also.
So speaking of that aspect of it, you're obviously big in the soccer world, and welcome on into the media world too with the new podcast with the Men in Blazers guys. We could clap that
clap
up
it in a little bit, guys. How about that? Caruso already?
Do you think any of the Cleveland teammates here are into soccer?
So I actually haven't had that conversation with them yet. Obviously, in the summertime, it's a lot of the young guys here, and I've been getting on Luke Travers about wearing Manchester United, Arsenal, wearing a Real Madrid kit. He's wearing all of them. So a bunch of these guys, now don't know much about it, but from what I understand, there's a few guys coming back that will be having a few opinions. So you might see a Cav pop up on the podcast, hopefully.
Wait, he's repping all three teams? How is he? How is he going? Does he not support one? Is he fair weather? He's like a Cowboys fan. What's going on?
Nah, man. So it literally Wednesday this week, he walks in with an Arsenal kit on. So I'm like, oh, you're a Gunner fan? Like, oh, we play you this weekend. I'm Leeds. He's like, oh no, I actually like Manchester United. I just think the kit's dope.
So I'm not a huge soccer guy. Is that like being a Red Sox fan wearing a Yankees hat?
We're in Manchester United. Well, they've had a pretty down. They were really down last year. It was bad, but we're in Manchester United. That's like a Cowboys, a Yankees. It's up there, bro. That's like
it's not like American sports where like I'll wear a Atlanta A hat and it's just kind of like the hat's dope.
Yeah.
No, over there you don't wear other teams nothing. It's tribalism over there.
So a little bit off soccer. I'm sure we'll hop back into it for a second, but we had a theoretical debate about you while we were waiting for you to join before the show started. If you played Division III basketball, we'll put you on John Carroll if you're familiar with the streaks out there on the east side. What do you think your stat line looks like? Like your season averages?
You have to understand. The last thing I want to do is ever disrespect anybody playing at any level of, but you just have to understand, basketball is a game that everybody genuinely, generally every sport likes to play. Football players play basketball, baseball players play basketball. It's a popular rec sport. And again, not to toot my horn, but it's I've been one of the
best on the planet.
You can say it. You can say it.
1% of the 1%
for the last decade. So I'm not sure I'm going to give you a stat line, but I think if you took any NBA player and put them at John Carroll, they'd probably go undefeated, and there's nothing you could do.
Yep, Larry, completely agree. As a proud D3 player and graduate myself, listen, I was saying if if we put Larry out
That's
there,
my power forward.
it's gonna get spooky. He's gonna have the best handle, the best footwork, the best shot. It just wouldn't be fair, and it is what it is. And I can be humble and understand that, but we were also talking about that because I went to Nordonia High School, and around the time I was a sophomore, I got to see your brother Pete play. We went to Revere. And let me tell you, it was not looking good for us at all. I think he might have had 30 to 40 points. And it was a lot. But can you talk about some of your time at Revere, perhaps, or just any high school ball and what that meant, and then seeing your brother get to play and him come through as well?
Yeah, no doubt. Obviously, Revere isn't a powerhouse, right? Like it's just suburban high school. We played in the suburban league, actually, is what it's called, and it's just very like, I think maybe me and Pete have been the only Division I players to come out of there, and maybe ever. So it's not the greatest league, but every year we breeze through conference, breeze through regular out of conference, and then you run into one of the two saints, V, Eds, sometimes Ignatius, and then that's when you play some real hoopers, which was always fun. But Pete was the best. I stand by the fact that Pete is the best of us. My sister played Division I as well at Dayton, and Pete is by far the most skilled of us. His shot's the best. His handle's the best. I just happened to. The opportunity happened to open up for me right away. But I stand by the fact that Pete's the best of us, he's on a two-way in Milwaukee, so you guys got to watch out for him this year.
Will do.
Absolutely love that, Larry. Does the fact that you get to be back here and back home now make all of the charity stuff and the foundation stuff that you guys do just feel that much more impactful, that it gets to happen right in your backyard? You played in Revere, which is not too far from where you're playing in the NBA. Does that make all the off-the-court stuff that much more special?
No, it absolutely does. And that's not to say anything negative about, the places I've been before, because I was active in New Orleans and Atlanta, and
for sure.
But it does mean more when you can affect the lives of the people that you grew up around, and the community that you're currently in. And I'm going to retire here, so this is the community that I'm going to spend the rest of my life in. So it does.
Yeah, there you go. Clapping it, baby. Ball up top.
It does mean a little bit more, and that was one of the major reasons I wanted to come home, is just getting back involved in this community that I truly adore. It's going to be fun this year.
So, Larry, wanted to ask you, there's rumors, I don't believe it's confirmed yet, that the Cavs are possibly going to bring back the navy blue alternate jersey from when LeBron was here, from when we were younger. How tough would it be if you got to wear those?
That was my favorite jersey growing up. I think it was a lot of people's. Obviously.
Oh yeah.
Ball knower.
Growing up as Cavs fans, there are certain jerseys that just come with good memories. And for me, my first stint here, I got to wear the old black, orange, and black, orange, and blue. Those ones for me. And these the blue ones that you're referring to, they. I hope so. I really do.
I hate that I have to ask another kind of goofy question. So I know
No,
you
you
probably
don't.
answered this one 1,000 times, but I would feel so remiss if I didn't ask you while I could. The infamous Patrick the Star meme, the Bleacher Report. What's the reaction? You get this. It was a great dunk. I remember watching the game live. Put him in the basket, put him in the rim. Kind of what you're known for. And you're looking to see your highlight after the game, and everyone's like, "This Patrick the Star thing is a meme," and it even follows you when we signed you. I saw people dropping the screenshots. So walk me through that, please.
No, man, that's exactly what it was. I have no idea where it came from. It's not like I'm a massive SpongeBob or Patrick fan. It was just I dunked the hell out of that man. And I was really excited to see it. And when I got back in the locker room, the only thing I saw was me leading him down the court. It didn't. I don't know. It's a dope video because it's so popular, but the amount of times like I get like, hey, what, hey Patrick, or any of that stuff, like it lives on in infamy. But it was a dope dunk. Like
dude, we gotta find out who was running.
Yeah, who
that
made that? Like, how did it even happen in the first place?
Yeah, like what were they thinking when they decided that was the way to do it? We've got to set a meeting up.
We gotta get
I do need to meet that person, and I'm not sure whether I'm going to thank them or not. But it's definitely lived on. That's for sure.
So real quick, with all of our guests, we like to do a quick little minute where I just run off some fast topics, either about Cleveland or in general. What's going on in your life? Are you okay to play?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's do it. All right, ready? Starting off, best pizza place in Cleveland.
Il Rione.
Oh, ball knower.
Yeah.
Ice cream.
1 for 1.
Have you guys had Country Made?
Yep, 2 for 2.
Okay, I can't attest to that one personally.
I don't know what that
but
is.
Nick's got you. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Date night spot in Cleveland.
I just recently took my wife to Cordelia, so that's probably.
I've heard great reviews. Balls back. Okay. Hitting you now with favorite artist right now.
Ooh. I've been big into Afrobeat, so I gotta say Fireboy DML has been my favorite.
And what would be, if opening night was tomorrow, what's your walkout song? What's going in the headphones though as you go out?
Man, I'm not like, music doesn't get me amped up too much. I'm like a calm, like probably something J. Cole, maybe like
We had a little crooked smile on the way to record this, right, Nick?
I
Yeah.
was thinking more like, Chaining Day, something like that.
Oh yeah.
Can I have one in?
Yeah, go for it.
Here we go. Favorite soccer player, favorite footballer.
Oh, ever Samuel Eto'o.
And currently, Eto'o, great pick.
Currently is Al Tanaka. Obviously Leeds United. He won Player of the Season for the championship last year.
Okay.
Favorite team in FIFA?
Leeds.
Let's see.
Come on, man.
He's not a bad team. I'm a Dortmund supporter. I cannot get behind any other team than the Yellow Wall. But it's interesting. I do. I just got into it this year.
Respect. I like that.
See,
that's outside the norm.
Not a Madrid guy. I'm not going to go something basic. You got to pick a fun team because it's not going to mean something when your guys get that last second goal. It's not going to mean anything. See,
it's different.
I agree.
I love Larry.
Madrid fans are the Cowboys and Yankees, and that's those fans.
All combined. It's the worst, the absolute worst.
All right, Larry, last question I have for you personally here. So you went to Wyoming, as did my favorite quarterback, Josh Allen. If you guys, apparently I love asking going back to college questions. So if you went back to Wyoming right now, 17 plays quarterback, you're out there at tight end, can you put up 1,000 receiving yards in a season?
You know what's funny? You asking me about this, I have an irrational take. I have an irrational take about that. I think there's about 150 plus NBA players that might be the best tight end we've ever seen ever.
This is not irrational. I agree with him, man.
Like
Austin
LeBron
Rivers.
if he was a tight end? Yeah.
I mean, that's been the debate forever.
When this was trending on Twitter, when Austin said that, there are 100%. There are more basketball players that could jump over. Because it's the base athleticism. Granted, it's going to be physical, but they will adjust. These are top flight athletes. The one of the one of the one. The football players are going to come over, and if any of them have to play guard, they're not going to be able to get up the court. They're going to be dribbling off their legs, like the shots. They're going to be playing 5 feet off. I'm not going to call it too irrational. We throw a 6'9" guy out there with a 30-inch vertical, and who could also maybe run like a 4.5, 4.4. He's going to be a monster. It is what it is.
So theoretically, let's say the Browns go off to a rough start here, which is possible with the schedule, like a 1-5. Cavs come out, we hit another hot start. Can we do like a little loan maybe, like in soccer? So you come play you and Njoku for a couple of weeks?
Man, my bones break playing basketball. Football, no shot.
You are not getting Larry.
No chance. No chance. But no, the one thing I have been wondering, like, who's the first team that's gonna have one of us on special, like, for red zone? They're on roster for red zone.
Goal line.
Like,
it'll be the Browns.
What are you gonna do when Dwight Howard lines up?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Larry, do you?
fade.
Do you have anybody in
someone's gonna do
mind
it.
that could do it? Like that you think that like today would be able to go out there and do it?
Bam. I think Bam would be the best tight end we've ever seen.
Unstoppable. Put him
Yeah,
out
that
there.
is true.
You could pick a bunch of the like.
All right, so if you went real quick,
linebacker is
so if you went,
Not
we'll
matching.
say Ohio State for the Cleveland connection, right? Take the Cavs roster right now. How many guys, if you put them at receiver / tight end, or maybe even running back, can they get 1,000 yards in a season?
Oh man.
like Mobley in the red zone.
yeah,
I
that's
think-
Yeah, Mobley, that's free. Yeah, just go ahead.
Again, irrational. I think most of us. I really do. I really do. Irrational, but who's gonna guard Jarrett or Evan?
It's confidence, man. It's how they got to.
I don't know. Maybe 1,000 yards. I'm not sure, but 15 touchdowns. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, if you're playing some kid from Purdue, yeah, you're gonna smoke him in the back of the end zone.
That's what
Are
I'm
you
saying.
kidding me?
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I think I'm that's my irrational take of the day is that in
Perfect.
the NBA.
You guys got anything else?
All good.
All
Way
good.
to put a
Larry,
bow on
thank
it.
you so much for joining us. We had a blast. Make sure to check out Athletes versus Crohn's on Instagram to learn more about Larry's foundation as well. Thank you again so much for joining us and your time again. Athletes versus Crohn's on Instagram. Best way to check it out. Find a link to start helping out. Thank you so much for your time, Larry.
No doubt. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yes, sir, man. It was a pleasure.
Boom.